while back, I had a bookkeeper that I really depended on. I liked her. She was great. The company culture fit was amazing. Really enjoyed working with her. And unfortunately, she ended up having some personal issues at home and said she needed to take a couple of weeks off. And I loved her. I thought she was great. And so we did that. We said, sure, go ahead, take a couple of weeks, come back when you're ready, and we'll go through it from there. This was right before the holidays, and she went away. Things are happening. You're not too focused on that. Come back to January, and I was asking the team, I was like, when is so-and-so coming back? And we couldn't get a hold of her. And we held on thinking, what's going on? And that lasted for a couple of weeks. And I really was like, we love her. We no complaints. Why is this happening? It was so confusing. And really, we held on to hope for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. I don't remember how long it was, but it was a long time where we really were hoping that she was going to come back. And we let her job tasks kind of grow and build up, and with the idea that she's the one who knew how to do this. And when she comes back, she's going to roll through this, and we're going to get it all taken care of, and things are going to be back to normal. And so it was another month or so, and then you're training them for another month, and next thing you know, that whole segment of the accounting department went through a 6-month or maybe even more period where that work was not getting done properly. And the new person that we've got on board now is amazing, but it took her a couple of months to really kind of catch up with all that stuff that was happening over that 6-month period when we didn't have the right person on board. And so really having or holding on to that rock star talent is vitally important to your company. And so what do you do then to make sure that you can hold on to a rock star talent when you've got them in your company? Retaining an employee is a lot cheaper than hiring new employees. You're better off investing in a good company culture than investing in an excellent recruiting and hiring process. I believe that, and I really think that's part of every successful business. Long-term employees reflect well on your company culture. If you've got employees that have been working together for a long period of time, they're really going to feel the team, the camaraderie of the entire organization, and they're going to be putting 110% towards successfully completing your projects and going above and beyond what's needed to be successful in your organization. So when you've had an organization that's been together for a long period of time, those employees are really going to be looking out for each other. When that one employee calls another one at 5 o'clock and says, "Hey, I really need to get this done because I've got to get this out to the client in the morning," they're going to be more apt to stay, till 5:30 or 6 o'clock to get it done. If they've been around, if they know that person, if they've went out for lunch with them, if they had a drink with them, that's really going to create those bonds that create the culture of working together and teamwork and really feeling like they're pulling together. So creating an opportunity for those situations, I think, is vital for the success of your company. What are the strategies to keeping rockstar employees in your organization? Well, number one, I think you want to provide training and development for employees. You want to show that you're investing in them, that you've got long-term goals for them. So if you're doing that, you're going to be training them and showing them the growth that you want them to have within your organization. You're going to also be looking for opportunities to give them promotions. You're going to have them grow within your organization. Obviously, if they're in your organization for a long period of time and they're not growing, they're going to start looking for other opportunities. And so you want to be promoting them as best you can, or at least having conversations about what the plan is for their promotion and what they need to do so that can happen. And then you want to give them a salary every once in a while. A lot of times we have clients that have old contractors that they've been working with that they found on various job platforms, and they've been with them for 2 or 3 years and they haven't given them a salary increase. So you want to treat them just like you would a regular employee and give them a little bit of increase, even if it's just a cost of living increase of 3 or 4 or 5% each year. That's going to show that you're committed to them, that you understand their situation, and you want them to grow within your company. And then also, you obviously want to be considering the work-life balance of your employees. You want to be understanding that there's going to be times when they need to take some time off and they need some vacation time. You want to be considerate of holidays. If it's a remote team that's working overseas, they're going to have different holidays than you maybe are used to or that you're familiar with. And you want to be considerate of those local holidays. Obviously, Independence Day in the Philippines or India or wherever else is going to be different than Independence Day in the United States. And so you want to be considerate of that. The benefit is potentially for 4th of July in the US, they don't care and they're willing to work. So you might get a trade-off there that's beneficial to you on the flip side. And then you want to really have easy communication with your employees. A lot of times we've got clients that have previously worked with contractors, and because they're not front and center with them, they don't have that consistent communication with them so that they're not growing with them, having that bond. And I think that can turn into a situation where an employee decides that, maybe I need to start looking elsewhere. They're not feeling that bond with the important. And then lastly, and it is employee engagement activities. So when you have a remote team, it's really difficult to create these opportunities for employee engagement, or at least it feels that way. But if you put your mind to it, you can find opportunities to bring your team together, to have them really build that culture of a team situation and provide those opportunities. I've had clients of ours that send their teams on retreats, bring in facilitators to do training opportunities. I've had clients that send their teams on mini vacations, whether it's to another island in the Philippines or even to Japan or somewhere else for a seminar. So those opportunities to make memorable experiences for your team are really going to build that relationship and have a rock star really happy to be working with you. The success of your organization depends on the recruitment and retaining rock star talent. So I really encourage you to think about how you're doing that and thinking beyond the obvious answers of just paying them good salary and really implementing some of these strategies to attract and retain top talent for your company. At Tache, we try to do that in a remote setting so that you can have a remote team that's full of rock stars that are going to stay with you for the long term and really help you grow your company. If that's something that interests you, please reach out. We'd love to talk to you about that. And please share this video with other business owners, other entrepreneurs, or those that are thinking about that. And maybe we can help them build a team of rock stars as well.